Hey guys, did you know that there was actually another method that we can use in order to multiply polynomials? Mrs. Walton actually mentioned it in one of her videos recently. It's called the box method, and that is what we are going to dive into today. However, at first, we will do it the way that we've been doing it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and draw our arrow, and we're going to do x times x plus, let's go ahead and draw an arrow to the outer one, plus x times -3. All right, let's do the inner. Then we have plus 3 times x. Then we have plus 3 times a -3. Okay, when we're going to combine these, we're going to actually pay attention to our negative numbers because it'll end up turning into the minus sign. So right here, we're going to combine and it'll become x squared. And then we have x times a -3, which will end up becoming a -3x. So we're just going to put minus 3x. Then we have 3 times x, which will be plus 3x. And then we have 3 times a -3, which is going to end up being a negative number, -9. So we'll just put -9. Okay. So one thing that we do see right here is that we have a -3x plus 3x. So we know that that's going to do what, guys? Yep, it's going to cancel out. And we're going to be left with x squared minus 9. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use a different color, and we are going to do the same problem using the box method, okay? Now, with the box method, we are going to have columns and we're going to have rows, okay? So if we look up here, we have 2 terms, okay? So that's 2. And the second polynomial is also 2. 1, 2. So we're going to have a 2 by 2 square, which is going to look like this. All right. 2 by 2. So we have 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay. All right. Now, as far as placing our terms. So we're going to go ahead and start here. And I like to just start at the top. It really doesn't matter where you put your terms, to be honest. But I'm going to start on the top. Okay. So each side is going to get a term, and the boxes on the top will also get terms. Okay. So we're going to start with the x. And we're going to put x here on top of this box. Then we have a positive 3. So just to make sure that we have the negatives and positives correct, and so you can see how it's going, we're going to just put a positive 3 there because I think that it'll help you understand exactly what we're doing. So let's go to the next polynomial where we have x. So we're going to go over here now. X, and then we have a -3. We'll put -3 here. Okay. So now what we want to do is figure out where the columns and the rows of each term are going to intersect, okay? So we have x and we have x here. So at some point, this x has to intersect with this x and this -3. Where they intersect, whichever box that is where you're going to multiply, okay? So if we start here, there, boom, this is where the box intersects, so that's where we're going to multiply and put the answer. The next one is going to be here. So again, we'll multiply, and that's going to be a -3x. All right. If we go to the positive 3, we'll just go down and see where it meets here. So then we'll have 3x. And then we have to do the last one, and that means in this box. And you have a positive 3 times a negative 3, which is going to be a negative 9. So when we go ahead and add that up, it will be x squared. We just add it up. First one is x squared plus the next one is 3x. Then we'll go to the next row. And we have a negative 3x. So we'll do minus 3x. Then we'll go to the last one, and that's going to be minus 9. Now, does that look familiar at all? Maybe somewhere up in here? Yep, it looks just like this, right? Okay, which means that this is going to cross out, and our answer, just like up top, is going to be x squared minus 9. Okay? All right, let's try another one. And we're just going to use the box method on this one. So let's do x minus 4. And let's do x minus 9. Okay? So we have 2 terms here, 2 terms here. That means we are going to have a 2 by 2. Let's make our box. All right. Again, like I said before, it does not matter where you put the terms. As far as x and 4 can go up here, or x and 4 can go on the side. It doesn't matter which one. However, like I said, I like to start up top. So we'll put the x here. We'll put negative 4 over here. So we're done with that one. Let's go to the next polynomial. We'll put x on the side. And then we have a negative 9. We'll put negative 9 here. So now we need to figure out where the terms intersect, okay? So if I'm going to put my finger at this x and then at this x, and I keep going, and it's going to intersect in this box. So we know we're going to multiply those. And that's going to give us x squared. Same thing here. We have this term and we have this term. We're going to keep going. All right, we know it's going to intersect in this box. So this is where we're going to multiply x and negative 9, which is going to give us negative 9x. Okay, so let's go over to the negative 4 and let's see which box that it intersects with. Yep, it's going to intersect in this box. So that will be negative 4x. And then lastly, we have negative 4 and negative 9, and we're going to see where it intersects, and it's in this box. So we have a negative 4 times a negative 9. That is going to give us what? A positive or a negative number? Yep, it's going to give us a positive. You can use a calculator if you like. So it's going to be a positive 36, okay? So now the same thing that we did before, we're just going to start adding it up. So we have x squared. We have the negative, so we're going to go minus 4x. We have another negative, so we're going to go minus 9x. Then we have a positive, and we're going to go plus 36. Okay? So if we look at the x squared, I don't see that we have anything to combine there. However, we do have a negative 4 minus a 9. So since we have negative 4 and we have a negative 9, what are we going to do here? Is our number going to add? Are we going to add 4 to 9, or are we going to subtract? Yep, we're going to subtract. So it's going to give us a negative number. So negative 4 minus a negative 9 is going to give us a negative 13. So we're going to keep the x squared. We're going to put the negative 13x. And we're going to put 36. And there we have our answer. Okay. Okay. Let's try one more, and let's make some coefficients with this one. We're going to do 2w minus 5. And we're going to do 3w plus 6. We still have 2 terms each, so it's going to be a 2 by 2. So let's make our box. Let's add our terms. So we're going to go to w. We have a negative 5. Okay, and then over here we're going to put the 3w. And then we have a positive 6. Now you don't have to put the positive there. I just do it just so we are clear as to what our term is, okay? So we have 2 times 3 is what? 6. And then w and w is going to be w squared, okay? Then we have the negative 5 times 3w. Again, that's going to meet over here. So negative 5 times a positive 3 is going to give us a negative 15w. So if we go to w and 6, it's going to meet right here. 2 times 6 is going to give us 12. And then we have our w. I have to add that. And lastly, we have a negative 5 times a positive 6. And that is going to meet in this square. And that is going to give us a positive or a negative number, guys. Yep, it's going to be a negative number. So it'll be negative 30. Now all we have to do now is just add them up. So we have 6w squared minus 15w plus 12w. And then we have minus 30. Okay. I'm going to give you a second to figure out how to combine these. Okay. So the only terms that we're going to combine are those. We have a negative 15 plus a positive 12, which is still going to leave our number negative. However, it will now become negative 3w minus 30. And that'll be our final answer. Now, I'm going to give you guys a couple problems to work on your own. And I want you guys to take a picture of your work and then add it to Google Classroom. I hope you guys understand. And if you don't, do not hesitate to send me an email and I will get back with you and assist you. Thanks.